Let's talk about the ways to use sentir, of which there are generally 3. We can use it to express the fact that we either feel something or we smell something. For example, you may feel a bug on your skin. You would say, "Oh, je sens un insecte sur ma peau." Je sens un insecte sur ma peau. You can physically feel it. You sense it. And I suppose that is the closest English verb to sentir. Or back to something that's a bit closer to home for me, I would say, je ne sens plus mes cheveux, car je n'en ai plus. Je ne sens plus mes cheveux, car j'en ai plus. I no longer feel my hair because I don't have any left. Don't feel sorry for me. I look good. It could also be something that's less physical, like heat. You feel heat. Imagine in a cold winter and you're outside, but you can feel the heat coming from inside by the fireplace. You could say, "Ah, je sens la chaleur venant de la cheminée." Je sens la chaleur venant de la cheminée. But like I said, we can also use it for smelling things. Perhaps your kid has come in from school and he's taken his shoes off and you say, "Oh, je sens tes pieds d'ici. Je sens tes pieds d'ici. I smell your feet from here. That's gross." I say kid, but probably just my feet. And you can also add ça pue, that stinks. A nicer use of this to mean smell is perhaps when we can smell some nice flowers. You maybe say, "On sent les fleurs." On sent les fleurs. We could also use it a bit more like in English where we would use can. We can also use pouvoir here before sentir to say, "On peut sentir les fleurs." On peut sentir les fleurs. To use sentir in this way, we follow it by a noun. Je sens tes pieds. On sent les fleurs. They are followed by nouns. We can also use sentir to express that something smells of something. Not necessarily bad, it can equally mean good. Let me give you a couple of examples. Ça sent l'ail. Ça sent l'ail. On doit être en France. Ça sent l'ail. On doit être en France. That smells of garlic. We must be in France. And you notice here, in French, they don't say of. There's no preposition between sentir and the noun here. And I've used the impersonal pronoun ça here for the subject to express that something smells of garlic. I'm not saying I smell garlic, although in this case that's exactly what the phrase means. It's just another way of expressing it. So whereas that case follows on from the first examples of using a noun after sentir, we can also say something like, ça sent bon. Imagine you've been invited over to your friend's house and they've made a delicious smelling chocolate cake. You would say, ça sent trop bon ça. Ça sent trop bon ça. The French often put emphasis on whatever they're expressing by repeating ça at the end of a sentence that starts with ça. Ça, c'est trop bon ça. They wouldn't use sentir here for the taste. When they're eating the cake, they would say, c'est trop bon. C'est trop bon. And the third way of using sentir is with que to express something along the lines of I feel like, I've got the impression that. And it's subtly different, but different all the same to penser, which is I think. It's more to express something that you've got in your gut. It's a gut instinct that's making you feel the way you are. So let's of course look at a couple of examples. Je sens que tu te moques de moi. Je sens que tu te moques de moi. I feel like you're making fun of me. Now imagine when you're at a lower level in French and there's conversation going all around you. You're not surrounded by some very friendly people, or it's just friends that are teasing you like friends like to do. You may get the feeling that they're teasing you or making fun of you, but you don't really know because you don't understand everything they're saying. You have that impression, you have that feeling. So, tu sens qu'il se moque de toi. Tu sens qu'il se moque de toi. Se moquer is also a very useful verb to learn. Now imagine you're talking to a friend who seems very comfortable. They seem very together. They have very few insecurities. They seem quite confident. There's a phrase in French you can use to describe this. You can say that someone is good in their skin. And to say that, you would say quelqu'un est bien dans sa peau. Quelqu'un est bien dans sa peau. But you can replace bien with anything else positive. So we could say something like, ah, je sens que t'es très heureux dans ta peau. Je sens que t'es très heureux dans ta peau. And finally, imagine that you have had a job interview. It maybe hasn't gone so well and the company is telling you why they don't think you're the right fit for them. They may say, nous ne sentons pas que ça colle. Nous ne sentons pas que ça colle. We don't feel that it sticks, that we're a good match. Ça colle. Okay, so just to recap, we've seen 3 ways to use sentir. The first is to express the fact that you feel or smell something. The second is to express that something smells, something is giving off an odor. And thirdly, we can use sentir with que to express the fact that we feel like something's up or we have a gut feeling about something. I feel like na, or I got the impression that na. But that's the end of this video on sentir. I hope you've learned something. I hope that I was able to break these down into simple, logical categories for you guys and that you now have the confidence to go out there and use sentir. À la prochaine. Ciao.